Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Real Heroes Show. Cory with you here, and as the days go by, we get closer and closer to Spider-Man No Way Home. Probably the most anticipated film of the rest of 2021 for most people. As I mentioned in my OG Spider-Man 4K review, I'm going through every single Spidey film that has been released. The Maguire trilogy, the 2 Andrew Garfield films, the 2 Tom Holland films that we already have, Into the Spider-Verse, the animated film. Probably going to do Venom 2 after checking out Let There Be Carnage this upcoming weekend. But for today, we're going to head into the middle film of the Tobey Maguire trilogy. It's 2004's Spider-Man 2. 4K Blu-ray. Packaging is the same as the last video. Speaking of the last video, I put out a challenge there. If there could be 25 likes on the video in 24 hours or 10 new subscribers, that I would record this video while wearing a Spider-Man mask. Obviously, by the fact that you can see my face, that didn't happen. So the challenge still stands. If this video can do 25 likes in the first 24 hours, or if we get 10 new subscribers to the channel during that same time frame, it's sitting there. It's in my Amazon cart. I'm ready to buy it. I'm ready to record the next video in a Spider-Man mask and probably make a fool out of myself. So, people of the internet, I implore you, make this happen. Help support the channel. It's free. Doesn't cost any money. Click that like button. Click subscribe. Turn on those notifications. You'll get more 4K reviews. You'll get more movie reviews, TV reviews, all sorts of fun stuff. We babble on like a bunch of idiots, like I'm doing right now. So, to get into this, the packaging is the same as the last one. Like I said, this is a 3-movie set. It's the only way you can buy these films on 4K currently. It is in booklet format. It's little slips here for the discs, so there is nothing to hold them in place. Some people don't care for that. You know, pick your poison. I don't mind it. It is a little bit harder to get them out sometimes, and if you're not careful, you probably could scratch the disc, but it's not a game changer for me. It's not going to keep me from buying the movies, especially since this is the only way to get them in this format. Moving into the tech specs, this is from 2004. It is shot on film, so it has a native 4K DI. They utilize HDR10 for the high dynamic range, so no Dolby Vision on this disc, which is just like the OG Spider-Man from 2002. It has a 239:1 aspect ratio, which is different from the 185:1 that we saw in the first film. In Spider-Man 2, Bill Pope, the legendary Bill Pope, took over as cinematographer. You've seen movies that he shot before, if you've seen The Matrix, if you've seen the Spider-Man films, if you went out and saw Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, the new Marvel film, all shot by Bill Pope. He's a legend. Don't hurt his name. Last thing, Dolby Atmos audio, so you are going to get an immersive audio track here. Nothing bed level. There are height effects in there as well. So getting into the video side of things, I am going to compare this a lot to the first Spider-Man film because they came out very close to each other, only 2 years apart. Much darker black levels on this one. A little bit inkier. I don't know if that was a creative choice, if it was something that when Bill Pope stepped in as cinematographer was part of the way that he graded everything, but the black levels are noticeably darker. There's no black crush. It just looks really nice, very contrasty, whole lot of pop. Speaking of that cinematography, it absolutely sings. It flies off the screen. All the zany shots, the web swinging through the city, there's the visceral motion, there's so much to it. I know that doesn't have anything to do with the 4K transfer, but this movie looks great because it was shot really well, and I think that helps with the video score. So there's a ton of detail because of the fact that it was shot on film. You can see, you know, individual eyelashes on a lot of these close-ups. They're really just, it's incredible. There's detail in buildings, cars, clothing, hair. It's a testament to the format and just how much data was on film that we didn't know about until we had these more advanced ways of viewing these movies, which is just truly fantastic. Like I said, it is definitely shot on film. However, it is far less grainy than the first one. There are some spots in the first Spider-Man where the grain almost is distracting while you're trying to watch it. I don't know if it was different film stock or the way that they did everything in post or whatever, but way less grain in this one. So if you are a hater of the grain, you will like this film more than the original Spider-Man, which probably lines up with the way most people have felt about the film. Some still argue this is the greatest superhero movie ever made. I don't know if I feel that way. I toss and turn on it all the time, but it really did hold up. It was the first time I watched it all the way through in quite some time, and I really did enjoy it. The colors from the HDR, they really pop, man. The Spidey suit is extremely red, extremely blue. The arms from Doc Ock are, a really vibrant green and gold. They just look great. And then lastly, there's one scene that stuck out to me right before Peter Parker decides to give up being Spider-Man in the film. Spoilers, that happens about halfway through. There's a scene of him swinging through New York at night, and there's a close-up, about torso up of him in the suit. It was sublime. I'd never seen it look like that before. The detail in the suit, unbelievable. The colors, the sharpness, it all just popped off the screen. I had to pause it and stop for a minute and just examine all the fine detail, because I thought it really, really looked spectacular. And I'm so happy that a movie that is so loved by so many people is preserved in this format, and we can all kind of sit back and enjoy that. So video wise, I'm going to go with an 8.8 out of 10 on this one. I think it looks really fantastic. Is it perfect? No. I don't dole out 10s for pretty much anything if you've watched this channel before. So 8.8 is pretty gosh darn good for something that's 17 years old at this point. So moving into audio, I wrote down a bunch of stuff because there were a bunch of scenes that really stuck out to me. So when right at the beginning of the film, when Peter decides to put on the Spider-Man suit to deliver all the pizzas, and the one guy steals one slice and Spidey whips it away and takes it back, it comes from behind your left ear, and you hear the web come to the front soundstage, grabs a slice of pizza, slings it back, and you hear it fly back through the surround sound. Very, very cool. A lot of tonal clarity in the moment where the sticker gets ripped off his helmet when he gets fired from Joe's Pizza. Just really great. Again, all the web slinging, it just travels through both your fronts, your surrounds, your heights. It transitions really nicely. Really like that. Dialogue is very crisp and very clear. There is a lot of action in this movie, but there's a lot of talking that happens during it, and I don't think that the dialogue gets lost in all that action, which is fantastic. It's very easy to hear. It is not Tenet. Hey, Christopher Nolan. Lfe Bass, we get a good deal of that in this movie. When Doc Ock is demoing the fusion reactor that he's built, and it starts to go awry, there's a ton of bass that hits as the reactor gets bigger and bigger, which is very cool. The surgery scene where the doctors are trying to remove the arms from him and they all fight back, and it's kind of an homage to Evil Dead, which is one of Sam Raimi's other very successful films. It's just a treat. There's action all over your soundstage. It's in your heights, it's in your fronts, it's in your rears, and it's just traveling around. It's pure mayhem. Sam Raimi's zaniness at its finest. The fight scene in the bank between Spider-Man and Doc Ock has some really great sound effects in there. There are a lot of coin bags that get tossed and they get smashed, and every time they do, the coins rain down from your heights and they transition from your height speakers down to your bed level speakers, and it is really cool. It really feels, I almost felt like Scrooge McDuck, just kind of swimming in the money, because it was all just falling around me. It was fantastic. So when Doc Ock throws a car through the coffee shop at Peter and MJ, that hit like a ton of bricks. It was really, really impactful. I don't think I've ever heard it like that. Maybe when I saw it in theaters way back in the day, but never again, which is super cool. During the train sequence, which is one of the most famous parts of this movie, when they first start fighting on the train and they're kind of marching down the roof of the train, it transitions to a scene inside of it, and you can hear all of their footsteps coming from the height channel. Very, very cool. There's one other scene where Spidey gets pressed up against the outside of the train and another one flies past him. It engages only the left soundstage. So you can hear the train flying by in your left front speaker and your left surround speaker, and it's just going by you here, and you're not getting anything on the right side. I thought that was a really convincing effect. Worked really well. And then lastly, in the climactic scene at the lab, which apparently was shot, the exteriors were shot with miniatures, which I think is super cool. That's like an old school way of doing filmography. And they just don't do stuff like that anymore unless you're on the Mandalorian team. So when that all goes down and the fusion reactor gets drowned, there is a ton of bass. My entire room was shaking. Really enjoyable. Just a great experience altogether. So for audio on this one, it is very immersive. I was surprised. You know, it would be easy for them to take the easy way out and just do like a mostly 5.1 mix with a little bit of height sprinkled in, but there's a good amount. It's very immersive. There's a lot of bass. Sony did not hold back. This is not like the Disney Spider-Man movies where you have to really ratchet that volume up a few clicks to get it where you want. I was sitting pretty between, you know, minus 18 and minus 20 dB on this soundtrack, and it was thumping my entire room. So I'm gonna give this one a 9 out of 10 for the audio. I thought it was really fantastic. Really put me in the film, and it was probably the most enjoyable time I've had watching it outside of seeing it in the theater back in the day. So really good stuff. Would I recommend making a purchase on this? Again, you do have to buy it in the set. So if you want them, you have to buy all three. Even if you're not a fan of Spider-Man 3, which is going to be the next one that I cover, I would recommend it. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. I think all three of these films have good in them. Some have great in them, like Spider-Man 2. And if you can find a good deal on this box set, I think it is absolutely worth it. You're going to get really great 4K restorations of these films that make stuff that's, you know, coming close to 20 years old look new again. You're getting immersive soundtracks on all three of them. It's a really nice set, and I would highly recommend it. So that is going to do it for this video. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Are you an avid 4K collector? Have you purchased these discs? Did you pay too much for them like I did? What are your thoughts on the films? Which Raimi Spider-Man film is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. I will answer every single comment that comes through. Again, the challenge still stands. If this video gets 25 likes in the first 24 hours, or 10 new subscribers to the channel in that same time frame, I'm buying that Spider-Man mask. I know which one it is. It's the Tom Holland Far From Home one. I'm gonna buy it. I'm gonna wear it to do the next video. It's gonna be Spider-Man 3. You know, if you want to see me make a fool out of myself, all you have to do, click that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can also turn on your notifications. That way, whenever we have any more 4K reviews or movie or TV reviews or videos where we just kind of shoot the breeze and talk about everything and nothing, if you turn on those notifications, you will be notified every time we have something new that comes out. Make sure to check us out on social media too. We've got a Twitter and an Instagram at Real Heroes Show. I tweet a lot, and I say a lot of dumb stuff, and I think it's entertaining, and hopefully you will too. Be on the lookout later today. We'll have a video of reviewing Marvel's What If, the penultimate episode, What If Ultron won? Should be very exciting. We also posted videos reviewing the most recent Ted Lasso, the first 2 episodes of Foundation, and a full series spoiler review of Midnight Mass already this week. So make sure to check those out. We're going to have some more things coming up soon. Venom Let There Be Carnage comes out this weekend. The Guilty premieres on Netflix. I am blanking on the other movie that we're going to cover. Oh, The Many Saints of Newark, the Sopranos film. It's going to hit HBO Max and theaters. We're going to have reviews of all 3 of those, as well as the new episode of Ted Lasso, the new episode of Foundation. So tons and tons of things to be on the lookout for. We promise we're going to bring you lots of great content. We love entertaining you guys, and we appreciate all of your support. So be on the lookout for all of those. And until next time, we'll see you guys in the next video.